Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 101, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on the weekends and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher, or any podcast services out there. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment to any of those podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG himself, Davis Green, and with me today are a bunch of my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Hi, you. Oh, man, it's monsoons in here, as you like to call it, dirt rains, and I take offense.
How do you take offense to that?
Dirt rain. I don't know. I'm teasing.
It's exactly what it is. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
It smells so good. I don't care.
True.
It's a different smell out here, though, for sure. Like we're in the heat of monsoon season, so it's kind of like a gamble. It's like when I start my PC up, am I losing or not today? I don't know. So or power.
Oh, wow.
We did lose power the other day for like an hour. He happened to not be here too. I was like, that was perfect. So.
Oh no.
Great.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Welcome to Vegas.
Did you finish or play anything this week?
I did. So I beat White Day, but I only got 4 out of 20 ghosts, which to me is not anything.
Nowhere near.
We're going back, and apparently you have to play on hard mode if you want to get all the ghosts. So much more death is seeking me out. So that's fun. Great, love it. But we're like doing speed runs. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Like we're hitting stuff. We're being smart. You know, like when you do the timed stuff, the janitor is not a problem. So it's like, well, I have to unlock all these doors, and I've got 9 minutes. Let's go. Let's unlock all these doors before we go and do the task we're supposed to do. Right? Like let's be efficient. Let's get all the stuffs before Mr. Man here wants to kill us. So
right. You
know,
that's cool though. I mean, that's awesome. That's really awesome that you that you're definitely playing still having fun with that game. I could have sworn there was a sequel to it, but I must be thinking of a different game.
You said that, and I wrote that down as a note to look it up afterwards. I couldn't find it.
I think it must be something else then, because I know they wouldn't be just leaving it in like that though. So, but you know who I think. But you know who I think would know if it is a real sequel?
I do. His name is?
The 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Chillin', brother. You know what it is. I had the pleasure, got to meet up with a PR rep for a composer that we had interviewed, and he hooked it up. As far as we did this virtual reality experience, it was freaking awesome. Literally, my legs were shaking the whole time. Knowing that there was solid ground, but thinking I was going to fall was such a trip. But it was it was over in Area 15.
How is there no video of this?
Because I asked them if I could, and they explicitly said no video. Yeah, although I did grab our scores because we did a zombie thing after that one, but that was really cool. I'm excited tonight with some of the people of the Kel, Zukara, and other friends and whatnot. We're going to be getting down on a Vault of Glass raid tonight, so that's going to be legit. I'm excited for that, and then. Other than that, though, you know, I played some New World. I messed around. We got on with Tribes of Midgard. That game is way harder. Yeah, that game is hard. I'm not gonna lie. At least going solo on it. Yeah, it kind of, you know, it reminds me of like Don't Starve, but it's set in a you know Asgardian time period and whatnot. So it's really, really cool. I'm totally into that kind of mythology anyway. But just to, you know, I went in blind. So like figuring out and kind of discovering as we went, I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. So I'm enjoying playing that. Other than that, we on baby watch. You know, it can come at any point in time now. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm waiting for that phone call. Hey, we got to drop Lincoln off. I'm like, okay.
Right? Well, right now, luckily, she's up with Gran and Papa. So, so like
Are you by
we
yourself?
No, Scorp Kitty's here. Yeah, no,
okay.
She wouldn't. Yeah, no, we dropped her off and it was a planned thing. So she's up there for like a good week and a half. So it's just Scorp Kitty and I here, which is nice. We get a little bit of a break before baby gets here and whatnot. So all in all, everything's going smoothly. What about yourself, brother?
Awesome. Yeah. Man, that's been going pretty good. I've just been busy as always. Just been trying to play more Monster Hunter Stories. I think I'm almost done with the game. It's so I'm finally kind of wrapping it up on it shortly. Nice. But what was really cool though too is we were able to do some was busy doing some cool interviews with some really cool people. So just this last week we just did one with a girl named Kristen McGuire who does a lot of voice acting, is a voice actor for animes and mostly animes for the most part, but it's also a script writer and stuff for the series, which is really freaking awesome. And then yesterday, I just spoke to a girl named Xanthi Wynn, who was the voice of Haru Okamura from Persona 5. Ooh. So so that was a real fun one. So, and I also introduced her to the Olsen twins song. I Like Pizza.
No,
so.
Why are you doing that to people? Stop it, David.
Why? It's a good song. It's a good song.
No,
it's hilarious.
Never leaves your brain ever.
Because she said that she liked to start cook. She because of the pandemic, she was starting to enjoy cooking and stuff. And then she said, "I just cooked all sorts of pizzas." And I told her, it's like every time I think of it, every time someone brings this up, I always think of this song. And then she's like, "Oh, what song is this?" So I gave her the link, and then luckily it was at the end of the interview. And then she's like, I promise I'm listening to you, but this song is just mesmerizing. I have polluted her mind with the Olsen twins song, I Like Pizza. So there you go. I'm fine with that. I can live freely now. Because now one more person has listened to that song from 1992.
Oh no!
So I know most people don't want to get corrupted by my love for that pizza song from the Olsen twins. So let's just go through the normal rig and roll that we normally like to do. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be something in gaming, a game itself, or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to just talk about it amongst the three of us. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook Live to be a part of the conversation. So if there's something you're wanting to say or something you're wanting to point out, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to talk to you about it too. So let's get on with it. And we'll start this off with Smitty. What do you got?
Yeah, we all knew this was coming. I think we've been calling it since earlier in this year, but it is now official that Zero Dawn Horizon, jeez, Horizon Forbidden West. I always butcher this name and I don't know why.
Zero Dawn Horizon.
I don't know what's happened. Brought to you by Coors Light. Forbidden West has officially been delayed to 2022. If you did not realize this was going to happen, you have not really been listening. There is very, very slim chances. I thought of the two big games that this one might have had a slight chance of coming out. But again, it was always leaning for more of a 2022 release. I think what's going to be interesting because 2022 gets spicier and spicier. There are a ton of huge games that have gotten delayed from this year that'll be coming out next year. And that's got to be a little disruptive too, as far as with their release schedule, how they plan on going about this. Now they're saying that it's going to be released early 2022. So I'm guessing within the first quarter. If they are able to do that, I don't think it'll even but even with this too, though, if it does end up coming out first, let's say it comes out second quarter, that's still pretty close in let's just say that God of War, they plan on having that come out next year, which I don't know that they will. I'm thinking that's going to be more of a 2023 release date for that. And then this game is a big game that comes out for 2022. What really sucks too about this is, again, you have these major console releases that happen and neither one have had that big mega title come out yet. We know that Halo was delayed, which I'm hearing rumblings that it may come out in November. Nothing official has been announced as far as with that. And then obviously this and God of War were supposed to be the big ones for PS5. And obviously they both got delayed as well. So, I'm wondering, I don't think it's going to have an effect on the sales wise. Number one, it's hard as hell to even get the damn consoles as is. But I think there's so much FOMO for these consoles. It's going to sell, whenever they come out, if people can get their hands on them. So I don't know how much of a negative impact it'll have on the sales with these games not coming out to the platform. Because I think people just want them. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely none. But okay, so this is what I'm really going to see. If they're going to say first quarter 2022, come on, dude. Don't make us look like a fool, all right? That's what I'm saying. It's there's no way this game is coming. Exactly. There's absolutely no way this game is coming out at in the first quarter of 2022. You're on crack if you believe that. Volchat just says, just read a press release that said the release is being delayed till 2023. I don't know. I gotta look into the resources of that. So don't say I don't believe you. I'm just saying I need to look into it. But to be honest with you, my key number actually is exactly what Volchat said. I don't even think it's coming out 2022. I think it's going to come out 2023. It would make sense for it to come out 2023. Because technically, you said, there's nothing that's really out there for the next gen system. For the next gen system and next gen consoles itself. But the biggest thing is that we know that there are stuff being made. We know, that Horizon's going to be a banger when it comes out. We know that God of War is going to be a banger when it comes out. The real thing is we can be especially now, there's absolutely no reason for them to rush whatever they're trying to do with it. So to justify it. Plus, especially now, since there's a console shortage, it would probably be the worst time to release these things out. So I think that to be completely realistic about it, I'm fine if they say if they say 2023, I will not be surprised. I could wait, and then because we have tons of other stuff that we can wait that'll be coming out in its near future. But yeah, don't say BS 2022. Don't make us think that we're idiots about it, because no absolute way this game's coming out 2022. No. God of War doesn't even have a trailer.
Right. No, and that's what I said. I was like, there's no way in hell that it's coming out in 2022. No way. Yeah.
God of War doesn't even have anything, no gameplay, no video, nothing about it. All we saw was the logo. So we know there's a new God of War that's coming out, and people are off their flipping their shit on it already. So I could just say, you know what? We got to do it. And Volchat, like he says, we can twiddle our thumbs in the meantime. But here's what I'm saying, Volchat. Would you want the game out that's half released, or would you just would you like the full game when it does come out? Because you want a game like Horizon cannot mess around with your expectations. You need to get if they need that extra year, let that extra year happen. Because what you're going to remember is how shitty this game is going to be and how underwhelming it is, as opposed to playing a really good game. So that's the way I would look at it. Twiddle the thumbs. Hey, make a Returnal 2. I don't care. Just something with it, but something else. There's so much other stuff out in gaming now. Who knows? What do you think, Lex?
Yeah, look, hey, I'm so happy there's a redhead for representation. But again, you're right. Why are we stressing about when this game is coming out? It'll come out when it comes out. I feel, man, people get their panties in a bunch every time. Stop it. Just stop it. Here's a little fun rule. Lex's fun rule to live by, right? If you don't have expectations, you won't have future disappointment. I'm just telling it like it is, okay? I'm telling you so that you don't get butthurt when your game doesn't come out in 2022. my friends, my besties. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a game. It'll come out when it comes out. Like, I would rather it be fully fleshed out, right? Than get some game that freaking breaks. Like
it's Lex's Links. That's what we're gonna call it.
Well, and I think you know what I mean. I think they'd be fools not to learn the lessons that we've seen. As exactly. Yeah. So you know, it's like again, when you're going and you're putting even a general date as far as with that, you better be able to deliver on that, because people are going to only get even saltier if you go and say, you know what, we done messed up again, y'all. We got to delay it again. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very much the fool me once, you know what I mean? Shame on you. Fool me twice. That's on me.
You know, did they say that they're going to release Forbidden West only on PS5, or is it going to be a PS4, PS5 release? That's another question.
I would think this would be a PS4 and PS5. I feel like they have kind of shifted a little bit as in terms of that, because of the fact that not as many people as they anticipated have the console in hand. So to me, it would make sense for them to make that shift just to make sure that people are able to get and play the game. Not so much for that, but to make sure the shareholders and this and that get what they put into it. Otherwise, just strictly off of PS5, I don't think they make ROI, and that's going to be even more problematic for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Lex?
You know, when I hear about like press releases and people are like, oh, it'll come out, you know, this month of this year, I almost just want to like, shh, don't tell me, don't tell me, shh, don't tell me. Don't tell me, you know, I don't want to like fake look forward to something, but also that's my bad for like thinking, you know what I mean? From now on, and I'll read an article about a fun game that I'm excited about, and I skip the part where it's like, it's supposed to come out here. Not looking. I'm not looking. You know,
Cyberpunk 2077 is like, it kind of comes to my mind on like when with the anticipation of it. Well, I mean, it's still not too late. I mean, it's like I still haven't played it either, so I'm waiting for my video card.
I mean, they've made exponential progress on that game. It just sucks that they rushed something that they took so long to work on, and they didn't, you know what I mean? It's like you're right at the finish line and you decide to go, and then you get passed right at the end and lose the race. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I don't know that it's necessarily their fault. I think there's a lot more, especially on the back end with investors and stuff pushing, saying, look, we don't care that you need more time. We need this game out, because they're the ones that take the brunt of that hit. You know what I'm saying?
But they also openly deceived people because of what you saw in the PS4 console version, which is like, man, if Sony themselves decided to say we're not going to sell this game in the digital store because of how bad and janky it is, that's not no one's fault besides the developers, though, too, even though it was rush time or whatever their thing is, which then again, I will say this, CD Projekt Red is not known for crunch time stability. They release it whenever their big motto is they'll release it whenever they release it. That's what it's always has been with them.
But I feel like this was a huge project too, though, right? I feel like there was a lot more on the back end though that went into this that cost them. Because what you're saying to me is that this is not typical of what they do with their game releases. For them to do that, even with the PS4 being problematic, in the middle of a generational transition for consoles, there's a lot of different factors, and the fact that they still pushed it out and rammed it through, even with its problems, tells me that there was a lot more on the back end, and I feel like there was a lot more influence on that side than what's typical of that studio.
Though. But they're not owned by anybody.
I don't know the details.
That's the studio's mentality. I'm just saying that, like, they're the ones they're the ones that did admit fault to it. They're the ones that said that putting the blame on it. So technically, like for instance, if this was a situation, if there was a new Mass Effect that came out, we could say easily, Anthem when Anthem came out, we could blame that we know BioWare is a good studio, but the problem is that
I didn't know that.
You could easily blame EA to say, because of EA's mentality and their crunch and they're all about money and boards and dates and deadlines and stuff. We could blame EA, saying it's technically EA's fault because they were pushing BioWare.
No, I don't think so at all, because that wasn't even a real game. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like Godfall, where like they built the structure of a game and some cool elements, but like none of the meat of the shit is actually in there. That is on the developer, in my opinion. Because absolutely, dude, like you had the framework for a game, but there was not a lot of meat inside. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like to me, it's on them for sure.
No, I'm saying as an example, you could blame the higher up of whatever owes them. That's my point. But like, but CD Projekt Red is their own entity. That's what I'm saying. They're not owned by anybody. It's their own company. Like whoever owns it. Like that kind of thing, you know. Like,
so to me, that's even weirder than like, what is the story behind that? As far as like, if that's what you got, you guys don't have any of that pressure or whatever. Why then would you put out this flopper of a flop?
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not even, I love the game. Like I thought that was the adult game that I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, dude, like this is great. And I'm sorry, I didn't experience a ton of the bugs that other people did. The PlayStation 4 version absolutely should never, like, how did that even get past anything?
We just veered, yeah. Well, we veered kind of off of with the whole thing of it though. But overall though, like Horizon being delayed, no big surprise. But I think that overall, like I think 2022 is a pretty big ask, let alone first quarter 2022. Won't be surprised. I personally think it's going to come out until 2024. It is coming out.
I think it said PS5. Yeah, PS5 and PS4.
Yeah. So that's more of a reason. I really hate, it's kind of, I don't want to be a dick because I do have a PS5 and stuff, but I really don't. But it's just like at the same time though, it's just like, man, like they're gonna charge us another $10 on top of like that's the $70 game on PS5, and then it's like the difference of the matter, like I'm pretty sure they're not coding a specific game specifically, like Horizon specifically for the PS5. They're going to be coding this for the lower version to the worst game, the worst mode to play it. So I'm just like, that doesn't justify the $10 increase to me. But anyways, that's a whole different story. Godfall was legit. The best looking dumpster fire in years. Oh my God. You know what was funny about Godfall? Here's the real legit thing about Godfall. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't know what this game is. But then when they were promoting it, the funniest thing is like every time they promoted it, they're like, oh, here's a sneak peek of Godfall, 6 seconds. The trailers were like 5-6 seconds short. And then you're like, yeah, I know, right? It's so random. It's like, oh, he's hitting the guy with the mallet. And then after that, you don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Godfall. Yeah, Godfall. Coming soon. I'm like, what the hell's that?
Dude, I was skeptical of that game from the jump off. I was like, I have not seen enough to be able to like, I'm going to go ahead and jump in that. I ain't falling for it, Dust. Dust will hype me up too. Dust will hype me up too, man.
So bad. Don't listen to him. Oh my God.
What, Dust wanted to play it?
Dust got it. Absolutely, Dust got it. That's how I learned about it. That's how I learned. Oh, that's hilarious. They got him.
They did? Oh, okay. Yeah. I looked at that and I'm like, this is not a game. This is not looking good.
That's what I said. I was like, I'm not sold on it.
Professional hype man.
He is a professional hype man. Don't listen to him.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So shocked. I was in a relationship. I'm like, he's a hype man for everybody. It's not just me. Like, he'll hype anything up. If he thinks it's inkling, just an inkling of it might be okay.
Like, oh my God. Got it, played it. Like, you know what's funny though, Dust? Like the reason why you probably played it is because you bought it. It's like if I bought Shaq Fu back in '94. And then like I needed to trick myself that I spent $70 for this game.
I'm gonna play it hard.
I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. I don't know, even as bad as it possibly is. So it's all good. Everyone has that game.
Get my money's worth.
Everyone has that game. If y'all listen to this on YouTube, tell me what y'all's game was that y'all were completely underestimated on, and then you still played it even regardless. Put it inside the comments. I would love to know what that game is. But anyways, sidetrack to it. It's my topic. It's your
turn. Go for it.
Yes, get it. My topic is about the PS5, the elitist PS5s. Yes. So my topic is that finally, so Sony is releasing an updated software version. It's currently out in beta, so they're going to be sending out keys fairly sparsely to people if you're in the beta program. Excuse me. And this new update is going to allow people to use the expansion bay for the M.2 hard drive. So that means that anyone can come out and they're trying to approve certain M.2s that are accessible for your PS5. So now the difference is what's going on with this is that so when Sony was announcing the PS5 last year, they said like months before the release came out, they said that it wasn't going to be a feature that was going to be opened immediately after the release of the system because they were still in the process of figuring out which ones would be compatible for their system and stuff. And so the biggest thing excuse me. So the biggest thing is that they've been going through this whole list. It's been almost a year. Actually, it has. It's been over a year and a half. They finally confirmed. And it's, it's funny. The list, you would think it'd be a large list, right? It's like 3, maybe 4, four M.2s that are approved right now. So they're saying the requirements for the M.2 that's going to be that's required for it to work on your hard drive on your PS5 is that it has to be a 4th gen M.2. The M.2 has a specific height requirement for a heatsink, so you should be able to put a heatsink in, but there are specific ones that are that can and specific ones that can't. The size is the medium sized M.2 because there's 3 different sizes on M.2 sizes that for it to fit. And the speed has to be, I want to say 5,500 or 55,000 RPM. I can't remember what it was, but it's a ridiculously fast speed. So, but the three M.2s that are you'll able to do it on is the Western Digital M.2, the gaming edition ones, 4th gen, the Seagate FireCuda 850s, and the Sargent, no. Can't remember. Oh, sorry. The 960 Evos, the Samsung Evos can do it. As well as the one called there's one called Sargent or Targent. I can't remember what it was called. That's an off brand. I haven't heard of that one before. That you'll be able to do it. So suggestively, what I would suggest strongly is to get a heatsink with the M.2 because these M.2s run hot already. And where it's located is going to be underneath 2 layers of crazy plastic. So I would strongly suggest for you to get it with a heatsink if you're planning on expanding the drive. For me, for me personally, I'm not going to get one, not yet, because right now M.2s are expensive, and especially the size that I'm wanting. I'm wanting a 2 terabyte right. M.2, so I don't have to worry about any sizes and stuff again. So like that, and it's with a heatsink can go to about $500. So about so one piece is about the size, the cost of the PS5 itself. So I think.
If you don't speak nerd and you're like, an M.2, what the heck is that? It's just a solid state drive.
Yeah. And it's not like regular, like a flat solid state drive. It's like a chip. It's like a little, actually, let me see if there's a picture of it. Yeah.
Tiny. It's like it can fit in the palm. Like it's like that, right?
Yeah. It's a small thing. Tiny. I had one, but when I switched out my computer, but I don't know how one on me. But yeah, it's like a small microchip that you could put on your board directly.
Or like this. Do you really? Sweet. Yeah, they're pretty tiny.
Sure do. And it is the Evo 970 that I have. Let me bring up my screen full here. This is what it looks like. Yeah, about that size.
Shift it to the left.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
I know it's a little out of focus.
There's a little guy.
There he goes. Yep, this is this is the Samsung 970.
Yeah, so you're wanting, so that chip would work, but I would suggest you would definitely want to get a heatsink for it, which you get heatsinks are not expensive for those chips. So so I was just wanting to know, like, what if you, now since you know that you're going to be able to do it, will you be doing it for yours, Smitty?
No, it is not I've been just fine without it. I've got extra storage already connected. I'm not getting SSD speeds, but I'm also not putting, all my PS5 games that I play are on my hard drive. So it's not necessary. This is something I'll wait till there's more, it's in a better place, and then, at a reasonable price and whatnot is when I would look to do it. Yeah, so I mean, again, it's going to be great to be able to take advantage of that, expanding your. That's what I do with my PS4. I threw a terabyte, or maybe it's like 2 terabyte or something like that, drive in it, and just being able to have that extra space, not having to worry about deleting games and things like that, which is actually probably not good for me because it means I'm not going through my backlog as aggressively. And I'll just let games sit on there, just like, I'll get to it one of these days, maybe. But there's not even enough games out right now to even justify being able to do that. There will in the future, but this is like a year or two. I would say more like 2 years, 2 to 3 years down the road that it'll probably be like, all right, let me look at throwing in a new thing. And who knows, by then they can have a PS5 Plus or Pro or whatever out there that will, know what I mean?
They sure as hell better not. No,
this is a hard wait.
If Sony does a half step up on the PS5 Pro, I'm gonna burn something down, and like that's a guarantee. With it's like that would even make sense. Like right now, did you know that Sony stopped making PS4 Pros, but they're still making PS4s?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't make any lick of sense. So half-ass step, and then you're not going to be back in that BS up. No,
that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, they're making their chipsets. They're changing the chipsets because of the shortage, but they do a half step up. Something's burning down.
Right. I
That's
agree,
what we had to do for the PS5.
Yeah. Let me ask a question. Maybe this is silly, but I'm pretty sure like they still are pretty happy about this, right? Like if you take apart your PlayStation and you put a new part in and something goes terribly wrong, like maybe a fire starts inside of it, PlayStation is not going to replace your broken console, right?
Not within the 6 months.
For some of y'all, please don't mess with your stuff unless you know what you are doing. And watching 3 YouTube videos does not constitute as I know what I'm doing.
I mean, that is totally how I did it for myself. I totally did it.
I do that stuff all the time. I'm like, I watch YouTube videos. I can do this. But we're also capable people. I think there are some people, like, the people who think they can sing and they go on to, like, American Idol, and you're like, sweetheart, who has been lying to your whole life?
That's what I'm saying.
People can tell them the truth, and they just can't hear themselves. I don't know. Those are the people I'm speaking to. Don't mess with your stuff unless you know what you're doing. Do you have a friend who is computer literate? Call them. Have them come over and supervise. You know what I mean? Like there's no shame in asking for help. And I've seen too many people, when I worked at Circuit, too many people bring in consoles, which we didn't work on consoles back then, that they'd upgraded themselves. And I was like, wow, you just dinged your entire warranty, man. Like,
but this is different though, because the location of where this M.2 drive is not. You're not going to be opening up.
It's not going to be harmful.
Yeah. Because all you have to do is you just have to pop the top plate of the PS5, which is doable, and then there's a bay area specifically for the M.2 connection inside there.
See, I haven't looked at any of the. How do you go about doing it? I just know that
it's
a
thing.
I haven't. I don't like, well, especially with a new console like that. Like, I don't like playing around and there being a shortage. Like, I don't like that's not a gamble I'm willing to make.
Very,
even if
true.
it is in warranty, who knows how long it's going to take for me to get a new one. Warranty, is that what I asked when I said?
Yeah,
that's that extra coverage. That's that extra coverage.
Oh, you know, it's actually this is a crazy side story though, but this story was there was a video I saw that there was a lady. Okay, so there was a Amazon delivery person delivered 2 packages, right? And then there was this person that had this giant like tearaway paper says like, "Hi, this is so and so, the owner of the house. Like it's my kid's birthday. It's my kid's birthday, but I work 2 jobs, so I won't be able to celebrate with him. So I have $200 underneath the mat. There's 2 packages. The first package is Mickey Mouse because my son loves Mickey Mouse. And then the second package is his gift. So he just says like, he's asking a stranger a favor to put the outfit on to make us look like Mickey Mouse. He's paying that person $200 to do it. And then opens up the second package. And then the kid comes up and then he's like, it's Mickey. He's really excited. And then he gives this kid like a PS5. Right.
What?
Yeah. I got to show you the video. It was really nice. I mean, but it was really good.
And they had like a ring cam, so you could see her like, wait, you want me? Hold on. And she's like, let me reread this. And she's like, oh, that's so sad. Okay. And you see her just like opening the packages and she puts this, she's like, how long do I have to wait? I'm so confused.
You know what be even like, that's crazy timing to know when it's going to come in. That's amazing. Because you go. But what's even crazier than me is like, it would have been funny. It would have been just the same that she got the $200 dressed up as Mickey Mouse, found out it's a PS5 and ran away. Could have gone bad so far south. But But what I'm trying to say is that kid has no problems if he needs to expand his M.2 drive and be able to do it. But yeah, so I'd say I'm gonna wait a couple of years. That's what I mean. That's where it's gonna be because technology is always moving. So 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes now is $500. Where 2 terabytes in like 2 years, who's to say it's going to drop down into a more reasonable price? So So let's go. Yeah. So let's go with that. Go with that and see where what's going to come with. But I really do like the idea of them having like taking their time and figuring out which does what. And then see if it works. Because I feel like there's going to be kinks in it. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see. We'll have other people like figure it all out.
You mess your stuff up, and I'll watch from afar.
Yeah, exactly.
Open that thing. Right? Yeah, you do that.
You pay the $500, and then I will watch and laugh while eating the steak. That's exactly the plan. You know,
Opie has things to tell people. What happened? Oh, okay. She says she'll wait too. She wants to wait.
Smart.
Lex.
Yes.
Let's finish it up with you. What do you got?
Well, I assumed that everyone had the week I did. Did your car break down at a gas station yesterday like mine?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you are driving still?
I needed. Excuse you. Shush. Yeah. We fixed my car yesterday.
I thought that car was was totally boned. I'm not saying you itself. I mean, like I thought the car was kind of screwed.
No, well, both of ours are kind of messed up, but that's beside the point. His shifter needs to be fixed, but it was easier to fix my car, have that up and running, so then he can take his car to get worked on.
The shifter doesn't work. Okay.
Well, the shifter cracked. It's a whole thing. Anyways, did your car break down yesterday? Was it hot? And you need some good juices to flow in ya? I don't know. I'm just shut up. There's a lady, and she won the Guinness Book of World Records, and I like her. That's all I'm going to say. She makes me happy. Reading this article makes me happy. Her name is Linda. Have you heard of her? No, let me tell you about her. So This lady won Guinness Book of World Records. I think she holds 2 titles with them. Basically, any handheld device with an LCD monitor on it, or example, like a Nintendo, like Game Boy, any handheld, even the ones that were on board games, she owns almost all of them. So this woman became fascinated with electronics when she was little. She's one of 9. She's the youngest. She used to work with her dad. And he would utilize her tiny child fingers. My dad did that too. You're welcome, dads, for all of us little child hands that we use to help. Now, all except for Tiger Electronics, she owns the largest collection, which I thought was funny because Davis was like, does she own tigers? No, she doesn't. But she has one heck of a collection, and she's not far from Davis. Davis might need to go visit her. She's gotten, I mean, her collection is also very massive due to the fact that she was able to travel for work. So she was able to go into storefronts, which apparently she missed a lot of them. She's like, I didn't realize Tokyo storefronts. And then you go down a set of stairs and that's the store. So she feels like she missed out on a few years of good things that she could have picked up. But I mean, as a kid, I got my dad for his birthday, or maybe it was Father's Day. I don't know. Me and my mom were out. Lock and Key. Do you guys remember these? Are
Lock
you a 90s kid?
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him a Donkey Kong.
Looks like a clam. You just open it like a.
Yeah. It looks like a compact almost, but it's square. It's about this big. I got that for my dad. It was Donkey Kong. That was my first interaction with a game ever, and. She talks about how she doesn't like to talk about how much she's paid for something because she looks at it with how much it made somebody happy. And the price of joy is essentially priceless. And she just makes me happy. Linda shows off her collection, and let me tell you, it is vast. And these cabinets are secured to the wall too. She's not playing. But it's so cool to look at. Like I can see games that I had as a kid. Like there was one where you're playing with your gal pals and like you use this phone, but it's got like a little display on it and like you dial a number and like it'll, if you win or not. Yeah. I can see all of my childhood in these shelves and it just makes me happy. Dang it. I want her to be my auntie so I can come over and touch stuff.
I want her to be my auntie. That's hilarious.
Yes, please. There is one Tiger Electronics that she does say that she would like to procure. So if anyone's seen it or heard of it, let her know. It's from the 80s. She doesn't even know if it actually exists. It's called Star Castle. It's believed to be unreleased. One guy told her that he supposedly had it and sold it. Doesn't have pictures to verify. So she's still looking for it. She'd love to own it if she ever found one. But it's just she has some of the coolest collection.
A person that has like what this kind of thing, like, and then someone's gonna say, oh, it's gonna cost $1,000, especially if they say like it was never released.
Yeah,
which I would call bull malarkey. Like I don't believe that guy had it because it's like I do not have any photos of something that's essentially rare. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. So like I don't yeah. I mean it's impressive though. I have to say it's very impressive. I just love the fact that this lady had like her setup is like it has like a giant entertainment sets like storage set for these games. And then like she has like the games for her Game Boy and stuff in the little corner. Then in the middle is like a little straw couch. Just like I just want to sit down and play some of these classic games and stuff. I would love that. I would love like that is a nice little setup. Like, well, for a handheld kind of thing, so you don't have to worry about TVs. Think about it too.
In the interview, she talks about how she went to like Goodwill as a kid, and she would pick up these broken electronic games, and they would just happen to be in the box, and she would take them home, and she would, clean everything up, and ask Dad to solder a few things for her, get it working again. She says there's a football game she used to play in one of her classes, and it didn't have sound. So she made a little sound card for it and like a switch so she could play it in class. Like, stop it. You were I need to meet this woman.
That's impressive. I will say, I would love to. Yeah, I'm going to find this lady. I would love to definitely check this out.
Yeah,
I will
what an
fly
extensive
out.
collection.
I will fly out.
Dude, like,
Man.
What'd you say, Smitty?
How? Like, she's got the boxes for this stuff. I always wonder, like, how these people had the insight
Foresight,
to hang on, or the foresight to be able to hang on to it. Because, like, some of these things is like, yeah, I totally had that or whatever. And it's just like, how did you guys know? And like, just to sit there and collect that stuff like that. It's like, what a gorgeous collection. That right there is nostalgia in her home. To the max. Like, that is
it's
crazy.
It's a special kind of person that does that, kind of has that mentality. Because like I was like I told Lex off stream that I was like, wow, it's like, I like to say that you have a Nintendo game and then you're like, you know what, I want to keep the box. You know,
right.
Like, especially when you're at the time you're like 9 years old or 8 years old and stuff, and like you don't care about the box, you just want to play the game. But no, some of these people like have to have that mentality, like, oh, don't get rid of anything, you know. Like,
how much is her collection worth? Oh no.
Oh, we don't even want to know. Like, to be honest with you, like, I bet you, you know, when you have a well, no, I don't think so.
You don't think
it's
so?
going to be in the millions. No,
I mean, just one of her Zelda games just sold for $900,000. The one that she owns, but someone else sold theirs. I mean, that's one game in her collection. I mean,
what
even
game was $900,000?
Let's say, recently retailed The Legend of Zelda.
The gold. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but there's also some weird things about that too.
Yeah, she had a rule that if you loved something, you buy 2 of it. In service of that rule, she and her sister owned 2 original copies of The Legend of Zelda, a game that recently retailed for $900,000. So even if 70% of her collection ain't worth nothing, she's got like 5 games that are worth.
You would have to appraise is one. Secondly, the reason why it was probably $900,000 is probably because it's like number one in the the number one made one, like, or something made it special to be that high. Because Zelda is not a rare game on Nintendo. Like, that's like saying Super Mario Brothers was going to be is rare, but a Super Mario Brothers with box did go for about 40,000. I will admit to that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, like, but like, I don't know. Like, it's really hard to say with some of these things. It's really like I kind of agree with her. It's like you really can't put a price tag on it, but I don't know if it's going to be $1 million.
Somebody could. I think it would be well over $1 million. I literally think it would be, if you find the right buyer for this stuff. And look at that collection, dude. That is tons and tons and tons of old
there was a
school
house
stuff.
Fire.
That
her
works.
mother's house caught on fire, and a lot of her treasures are gone because of that. Like, this is after that, and she's continued to collect and like do the rule of 2. And you know, as a kid, I mean, my mom threw out a bunch of boxes for stuff. I was so mad. I was like, that's going to be worth money someday. Guess what it was? She threw that shit away. Sometimes she thought she was throwing away an empty box, and it was my other freaking game was in it.
I feel bad because I started a house fire my 8th grade year. My mom had
a house fire.
Not intentionally. Yeah, I was cooking fries. Not 8th grade. I'm sorry, my senior year in high school. And I was cooking French fries, and the oil caught fire because I forgot to turn off the stove like an idiot. My mom had a very extensive Beanie Baby collection.
Oh no,
that would have been worth a ton. The smoke damage from that made them. Yeah, man. I know. I feel so bad. She had them all. She collected the crap out of those things.
Smitty, I was not
so bad. I know.
I can't say classic Smitty on that one. That was pretty awesome.
Well, here's the doozy. My senior year in college, I started another house fire cooking French fries.
What's wrong with you?
Again?
Oh my!
So bad. That time, that was all me. Senior year in high school, I wasn't paying attention. I went downstairs in the basement. I was eating and chilling out. Senior year in college, I was all crunked up, passed out on the bed, and I woke up. One of my roommates says, "Hey, get up! There's a fire! There's a fire!" He says, "I lit a cigarette and was like, nah, it's good, dude."
What is wrong with you?
I feel like that's a topic. Invite Smitty over and start the house fire.
It's like Smitty. First off, you should never have Smitty make any French fries in your kitchen at all.
I'm telling you,
I use air fryers nowadays.
Did you create the air fryer? Yeah. Did you create the air fryer to prevent yourself to make those fries?
I should have. You're right.
Oh my God! What is the hell? Oh, this person has Game & Watches.
Yes.
Bitch. Oh, okay, so yeah,
I'm telling you, dude, she is. And this is only a small portion of her collection that we're seeing. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh my God.
And everything works and she plays it. And
that's crazy.
Again, she goes by the rule of 2. Like, if you love it that much, you buy 2. You keep 1 in the box and you keep, like, good for her. And sadly, her husband, he recorded this video. He passed away that same year.
Oh, no.
And he supported her love of games. Like, they were kind of, they would sit in this room and play games together. And it's so sad. But I just, man, like, just joy when I look at this video. Because I see so many things from my childhood.
This video was from July 7th. This was this month. Are you serious?
He just died.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh my God. Like,
that though.
That is
crazy.
Impressive. I will say.
Collection. I would just want to go in there and play some of them old school games, man. That'd be dope.
She has a lot of football games, a lot of sports games back in the day. But
it was funny when I said I wanted to talk about this. I was like, yeah, she has one of like the largest LCD collections. And he was like, what? No.
Don't give me that. That don't sound like that. That's like it is an LCD. It is an LCD though.
No.
It's an LCD.
So mad.
Shut up.
I'm done.
Oh God. Well, anyways, we got off the rocker here. I know, right? But anyway, let's go with it.
I had that.
What? Oh. Anyways, Lex.
Yes.
What do you have planned for the week?
Sorry, I'm yelling. We beat White Day, but we're going through again because no ghosties will be left unghosted. That's my rule. Also, you should make the most out of your games. Just a thought. Just remember that. Play them again. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm almost done with Mr. Hobbs Playhouse 2. So I'm excited about that. I got
nice.
I think I have 2 endings left, and I have 1 medallion to get. I think that's it, and we're good. So, yay! That's my week. I'm at girls' night after this. Brandy's gonna drill my nails.
Hey,
I'm scared too.
Not sure if that's a good thing.
Good luck. Yeah, no, good luck on that one. But
it's a nail drill, but yes.
Yeah. What about you, Smitty? What do you have planned this week?
Yo, we got Vault the Glass tonight. We're gonna be playing. If any of you guys play Destiny, it's a Destiny raid. Yeah, I think we got a couple of slots. Yeah, it's still open. So if there's anybody looking to get in, come on in, mates. Hit me up. Other than that, though, I need to find time to finally finish off Metal Gear Solid 5. I know there's the Adept missions, but technically the game's beat, but we're not gonna call it beat until we do everything that's part of it.
I think you need a beat because $100 that's on between you and Lex. So
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
that'll be going towards the charity of my choice. Yeah, we gonna get that. We
make cool bets where charities are the ones.
You can donate it to the Davies Green Foundation. I'm a charity.
Other than that, though, on that Destiny grind, probably do some more tribes, get a little deeper with tribes. I've got some hardcore
tribe called
work things going on, and then obviously we're on Baby Watch, so kind of keeping it close to the place and just ready for this baby to come. So
yeah.
What about yourself, man?
I have to donate what now? So there you go. I am playing some more Monster Hunters Collection story collection 2 this week. Going to try to stream more this week. I had a lot of stuff to take care of, so I kind of cut the streaming week short last week by like 2 days. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to finish the stream, try to finish that up, that bad boy up this week, and we're gonna play some other random indies. So and hopefully be seeing what else is going to be coming out there. So yeah, so it's going to be a fun, nice, chill stream week if we can, unless something else comes up. But we'll let you know. But anyways, guys, this was episode number 101 of the CFG GameCast. We thank you for being a part of the conversation. We will be back again next weekend, as always, at the same time or same channel. Or if you missed the episode, that's okay. We release it every Monday morning on any podcast services, so there's no excuses to not hear our sexy voices. So we'll be back again. We'll be the next time. But you can always check us on our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out everything that we make and check out itself. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.